Hello, Flosstube friends. I'm Nancy Joy Trower. I'm the Stitcher with the Laughing Face, and this is Flosstube number 30. Thank you so much for stopping by to see what I've been up to for the past couple of weeks. Being that it is Thanksgiving week, it's Sunday the 24th. There's no Bills game today, so I don't need to worry about missing the game to film. They're on a bye this week. So, so being it's Thanksgiving week, I just wanted to let all of you know how incredibly thankful I am for you and for the stitching community. We're coming up on my 40th anniversary of learning how to stitch. I was 11 at a Christmas event at my church. And so I've seen it all. I've seen the 80s with the fingertip towels and, geese and all that kind of country stuff. And I am just so loving where we are now with the Etsy shops and the websites that, people have home businesses that are really viable, like the American Dream, and they keep expanding. Primrose is going to wind up with that whole shopping mall area at some point. And Lindy Stitches just moved out of their house into a shop space. How exciting is that? The fact that people can take something they love and turn it into a family business has been wonderful. And designers, I ordered stuff from somebody in Poland. I've ordered stuff from somebody in Italy. Like, that's so cool too, that you don't have to be discovered to have your stuff out there. And the stitching community is the best part. The social media, being able to be friends with people all over the country, all over the world, and all of you who stop by and watch my videos when there's hundreds of them out there. So thank you for that. But leaving kind comments and encouraging, and, we'll see it in Facebook. Somebody posts something they worked on, and the kind comments that people make, like, oh, that's great. What a great idea. I'm going to steal that, So I'm just so thankful to be part of this community. And sorry, I just kicked the table. Thank you. So thankful for you. So thank you for being here. I hope you are having a wonderful beginning to your Thanksgiving week, and that you'll get to spend it with lots of people you love and food you love and stitching that you love too, hopefully. So thanks for being here. I'm so happy. I'm just really happy in general, because this is the week where we get to undecorate things. I love Thanksgiving, but we get to start decorating Christmas soon. I watched my first Hallmark movie this week, so that was fun. So I'm starting to get in the mood. And I'm happy that I'm in the mood. Last year, for those of you who watched, my last school year was very stressful. I had 7 classes a day, on most 6 or 7 a day. And most of what I wanted to do with the library just kind of fell by the wayside, because I just didn't have the time or the energy to do it. And this year, I just have 1 set of ELA, so I have more free time, so I can do all the fun stuff that I normally would do, like Christmas in the library. So normally every year I do a big program that's school-wide. We read the same stories, and then there's different activities for the different age groups. The big kids, the 7th graders, they're ones doing it this year. They get to make board games for the little kids to play based off of the game, and it's the story, and it's something they look forward to. My 7th graders came in a week and a half, the 2 classes ago, and they're like, "Do we get to make the games this year?" I'm like, "Yes, you do," and they were all very excited. So the things that kids can look forward to, that's kind of fun. We've done a whole bunch of different themes. So this year I'm doing the Grinch. And I did the Grinch once before, but it was 7 years ago. So the biggest kids were only in kindergarten and 1st grade. They don't really remember it. And they would have done different things then anyway. So we're doing the Grinch. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd graders, their Christmas play is also Grinch. So I was like, I'll jump on their bandwagon and it will be fun. So Tuesday, we have a half day because we have parent-teacher conferences. I only have 2 people signed up because I only have 8 kids in 8th grade, and nobody really wants, they don't need to see me for the library stuff. So I'm going to spend the whole day decorating. We're doing a big bulletin board. So I got my Grinchy green paper. I got garland, red tinsel garland, and I'm going to use that for my bulletin board border. So it's going to be awesome. And I have this giant cutout I got from Oriental Trading. That's a 4-foot tall Grinch. It's enormous. So we're going to put him on the bulletin board and invite the kids to do kind deeds through December. And when you do a kind deed, you get a heart. So you can grow your heart 3 sizes. And hopefully it will be covered, the bulletin board will be covered with little red hearts by the end of December. So we're doing that school-wide. We're doing a hat, glove, mitten drive for our local food pantry. So I've got Grinch paper to wrap boxes to put in their classrooms. And then I have different activities, like a couple grades are going to make like a Grinch Advent chain, so like a paper chain. So we'll start it off, and then I'll give them paper so they can add a loop each day. So I'll have a big paper chain at the end. We'll do ornaments. The big kids are doing the board games. So, and we do get a Grinch day. I'm so excited. My green tutu may have just arrived in the mail from Amazon to go with my Grinch shirt, my Grinch knee socks. I need something for my head. I need like a big green bow. So that'll be fun. We're not going to watch the movie all together. I thought about it, but we have so many things going on at Christmas school-wide. Like, we're all going to see the Nutcracker together. We have a local production company that does it every year. We've got students who are in it, so the whole school's going, things like that. So it's like, as long as I get to dress up and wear Grinchy green one day, I will be happy. I do plan on making a bunch of like Merry Grinchmas or feeling like bracelets for a couple of my teacher friends over Thanksgiving, so they've got a little Grinch to wear every day too. So very excited about that. And then today was at church. I went to church, and it was the kickoff for our annual Angel Tree toy ministry. We've been doing it for 31 years now. I have been in charge of it for more than half of it, which is great, because now I'm like, I got it down to an art. I've got everything figured out. So we have 75 kids that we are helping through our county social services office. We have a contact there. So we get names of the kids. We get age, name, gender, what they want, and a book suggestion, because we include a book with every present. And we're up. I took 15 more kids than we did last year, because we actually wound up with extra money last year. It was amazing. We're doing our cookie walk again this year. That was one of the reasons we had extra money last year. It's like our annual bake sale, and we did it for many years when I was running the youth group. But then they all grew up and like graduated, and like they're married and having babies now. So I don't really have youth to do it. But last year and COVID, of course, didn't help. But we brought it back last year. So it's basically like a bake sale, but you line the cookies up down a table, and you get to go and get what you want, and then we weigh it at the end of it. So that's in 2 weeks. It's actually the weekend of the Jingle Ball. And I bought a Jingle Ball ticket. I'm so excited. Last year I didn't know what to do, because I was worried with like bringing the cookie tree back and how much time I was going to be baking and melting and re-solidifying, because I do a lot of barks and stuff. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to have time. And then I had FOMO. I was like, I wish I had gone. So this year I bought a Jingle Ball ticket, and I'm so excited. I just got the ticket though. I didn't do a class, because I figured with having a big event at church that weekend, if I can just pop on, heck, I can watch the entertainment. I heard, the songs and silly stuff that the designers do. I can watch that while I'm baking, and then do the Stitchy class or the Stitchy rooms and the meet and greets and stuff like that. I can do, hopefully when I'm not on my feet baking in the kitchen. So if you're going to the Jingle Ball, leave that in the comments, because maybe we will be able to actually like meet up in person. That would be so cool. But I'm super excited. And for $10, like, what a deal. That's so amazing. And Steph just cracks me up. Oh my gosh, Steph from Lindy Stitches. She's so funny. So can't wait to see her antics. And she said something in her last video that she was editing the video of Teresa Kogut and her husband with the like cocktail hour. And she said she was like dying laughing. So I can't wait to see that, because that just sounds like fun. So that's kind of what we've been up to. Just everything is good. Getting ready for the holiday, and then Christmas afterward. So yay. Hope you're doing well too. All right. So on to the Stitchy stuff. Thanks for listening to me ramble about school. I'm going to put like a jump ahead. If you don't want to hear about the Grinch, go ahead. All right. Stitchy stuff. So I have 3 FFOs. And that's kind of it, because I was trying really hard to finish up the holiday or fall. I've got my fall shirt on today with my fall drinks. Trying to finish up fall so I could have it out, enjoy it, but I've been really kind of dying to get to the Christmas stitching, watching everybody else's videos with all their beautiful things. I'm like, oh, Christmas stitching, I can't wait. But I did finish a couple fall things. So first we have the month to month for November. Oops. What did I, oh, it's just the magnets. That's all. I thought something like gave way for a second. All right, so here is November, month to month. Here, I'll back it up a little bit. This is from Stitching with the Housewives. And I only have now, I'm 3/4 of the way through. I have 3/4 done. I still have to do February, March, May, and I have half of July done. So this is done on, I'll go in just a little bit. This is done on, sorry, there's hot glue hanging from it. Cracked pine board from Fabric Flair, which I love for this series, especially for the fall ones. I have it for the October, the August, October, November, and I think I have it for July too. But I think it just adds with the way that the print, like this is printed on the fabric, and it just kind of adds to that barn feel. It goes with the back of the piece, this really, really well. So this is all done with the classic Colorworks, except for the black. My L&S, the stitching corner, which is delightful. I made a purchase and then clicked the to be picked up, and she left it in a bag for me so I could just swing by after school, grab my floss, which is kind of an evil thing because I might do that a lot. But she was out of black coffee. So I need to tell her, like, when you get the next shipment with black coffee, let me know. I need like 10 skeins because I keep stealing from patterns I've kitted for the black coffee they need for something new. So now I'm entirely out of black coffee. But for the Bittersweet Boulevard, Priscilla and Chelsea called for Blackbird. So I just picked up more Blackbird, and I started this in the car on the way home from the wedding in Wisconsin. And when you're in the car and it's so bright, there's a really lovely like brown undertone to the Blackbird that for the November, I think just worked beautifully. I might not use it for the February or the May that's super, super bright. Because that's like the Gerber daisies in the May one. But for the fall, I thought it was lovely. So here's how November turned out. Now the board I got at Michael's, and I use this for every one of them in the series. And then for most of them, and I was slipping a little bit because I'm waving it around. For most, I have the black and white checkered, turned on point, the buffalo check. Because Chelsea made the point, if you're going to use them for all of it, why make 12? Just put one, and then the washers were on that. This one, though, and the December, I chose a plaid that clearly, like, this would clearly not go with the black and white check. So I just made the board bigger to basically cover up the black and white check. And the Christmas one is on like a Scotch plaid, also same thing. Plus, this plaid is so pretty that you want to be able to see it. So I just made it bigger. In the other ones, like in October, there's like an orange one and then the stitching on top of it. So, oh my gosh, there is so much hot glue on the back of this thing. Sorry. So this plaid, oh, there we go. Getting this line up. This plaid I originally picked up to be the backing for the Primrose Cottage Halloween set that came out this year. I did mine on a natural linen, so it's very prim. And I thought I didn't want anything with like a Halloween icon on it or print. I wanted something that would look prim. So this plaid is just gorgeous because it can go Halloween or fall. And if I put orange and black with it, clearly it would look very Halloween-y. But by using the yellow and drawing out the yellow that was in here, which was either honeycomb or queen bee, having that yellow rickrack definitely puts it in the fall category. And then for the bow, which I have a magnet for those. The bow is, I just cut two strips of that fabric. One is the bottom piece with, the notches. And then I had a longer piece to do the loops, wired it together. And then to cover up the wire, this is a sticker. So now that I have all my crafting stuff organized in here and everything is so easily accessible, I know exactly where everything is. I could just grab a folder. So I looked at my buttons. There was nothing there that would go with this for the bow. So I was like, I'll look at my scrapbooking stuff. Grabbed the folder that has all my Thanksgiving stuff. It's like right over there. And lo and behold, there was this really great sheet that had acorn stickers. The funny thing is it kind of looks very cartoony when you look at the whole sheet. It was like really bright oranges and greens, and there's turkeys and pumpkins and whatever. But this acorn was just perfect. Now, I didn't do the round yet. I very well may, but I just really wanted to get this finished and get it up for November. The round says acorns. So if I do the round at some point, I do have another acorn sticker I can use on that one as well. So love how that turned out. Love this series. So February is next. And then I will, like I said, I have half of July done. So I'll work on that. So it'll be out next July. All right. The next one is actually a start and finish from my last video, the last time I saw you. I was working on the November. I have the whole Welcome Home Fall. And I wanted to start a couple other fall things. I didn't get to Bittersweet Boulevard, but I will in the new year. And then I also have Annabella's It Finally Fall book. And that had some really cute stuff in it. So I wanted to start some of those. Didn't get to it. But I did start and finish the Thanksgiving house from Primrose. So this is done. Kay Helland. Hi, Kay. Kay Helland sent me a box of Stitchy Goodness in August, and it had so many wonderful things in it. She's an Ada Stitcher, so she passed on to me a whole bunch of even weave. I think they came to her in kits, when they send a kit out. So this is actually, you can get a close up there, 20 count natural linen. Now, last year when these came out, Nettie said that she did them on a 10 count. And I thought that was a great idea because they're super cute, but they're tiny if you do them on only like a 14 or an 18. And I actually did, sorry, it's over here. This is the Halloween. So I did the Halloween one, and I did this over 3 on Stormy Night. It was 32 count Stormy Night, so it wound up being like 11 count, 11 stitches per inch. And I loved how it turned out. It's so stinking cute. I love that purple. I think it's like 20 something. And the ghosts are in glow in the dark. And there's a couple things I did sparkly, like I think the spider's in the sparkly floss. So that's going to be a pillow. It wasn't, I sewed it together once and it was crooked and I was like, it's going to drive me nuts. So I had to rip it out. So when I got that natural linen, I was like, oh, that Thanksgiving house would look amazing on it. So this is stitched 3 over 2 because it is, so it's basically 10 stitches per inch with 20 threads per inch. It's 20 stitch or 10 stitches. And I kind of did my own color conversion because I just finished the November and I had, little remnants of the Color and Cotton skeins left over. And I was like, I'm going to use those. So the house is just regular white, but this is the cherry cobbler. Brown is cocoa bean. And then the falling leaves and the golden, I think it's honeycomb. That was in there. So I just used that. And I think that's $9.88 because it's very little. I just thought it would be kind of cool to have the variegation in there. So the frame is from Hobby Lobby, and the frames were on sale last week, so it was half off. So this was $14.99. So I got it for $7.50, and I love this frame. Like, this thing is so versatile, and I love how it's like a little distressed, on the edges. This I can use for so many different things. So what I did at the top, I did not glue the bow on. When I made the bow, I don't know if you can see it, but there you can see like against my face. There's the ribbon or the wire. So all I did was just tuck the wire. Sorry, I need 2 hands. I just tucked the wire around the top and bent it so that it will stay there, but not sticking it to the frame. Because I don't know if I'm going to wind up having a bow for everything that's going to go on here. It's only up for a month this way. It's going to be up on top of a shelf. It's not going to get bothered. This was ribbon I had. I think it is also from Hobby Lobby, and that was a sticker actually, but I just hot glued it in the middle. And then, because I know that I'm going to use a whole bunch of, I'm going to use this for other stitchings. I know I will because it's such a great frame. I put a label on the back. And I wrote, Give Thanks House, Primrose. I think it's actually called the Thanksgiving House. Whatever it's called. And I can add another one there. But I thought this will help me keep track of when I pop this out, which is just mounted on regular sticky board because it's thinner. I use foam core most of the time, but for a frame I use sticky board. So just popped that in there. And then I'll know next Thanksgiving, oh, where does this go to? It goes to that white frame. And, if I'm using it for other things, I can just switch them out. Question for you. So you can put this in the comments too. When you get a frame, what do you do with all the glass? I'm not obviously using glass in here because there wouldn't be enough room to put this and then have the backing in there. So took the glass out. Also, this is just a quick little stitch. It's not like something I spent 200 hours on, and that's getting museum glass. But I don't know what to do with all the glass. Like I have It's like in a couple different places. And I don't know how to get rid of it, I don't know what else I would use it for, but what do you guys do with your glass? Quandary. All right, then the last one I'm really proud of. So this is the Welcome Home Fall from Stitching with the Housewives. I've been working on this one for a while. Ran into a little kerfuffle because my the dye lots on the caramel and the gingerbread that I used did not have enough contrast between them. So I had to play around with my browns to try to get contrast, like in the roof is the checkerboard pattern. So, and quite honestly, like, it's beautiful and I love how it turned out. Cannot wait to go hang it up on my wall in the dining room, but I just wanted to be done so I could go to Christmas. So, but I'm really psyched how it turned out. Now watch, I'll pick it up and the magnets will fail and it'll fall off or something. So here is Welcome Home Fall. So I'm going to back up so you can see the whole thing, like leaning back in my chair. I'm pretty sure that Priscilla and Chelsea used this frame, finishing piece from Hobby Lobby for a Christmas piece last year, and it is gorgeous. Now, I happened to pick it up on clearance. It was only like $8. There was a little flaw. There was something broken on the side, but my husband, being my awesome husband who's a carpenter, fixed it. He even put he had to put a little block of wood on it because the way that it came apart, it needed something to hook into. So there's my welcome home. Now, what I did for this, because I know that I'm going to use, I did the blue for, okay, sorry, let me start over. I know that I'm going to do the other four, or the other three. So I'm going to have all three of the welcome home, whatever the fall one. I'll do winter next. And that one also is beautiful. I switched out, this is really tealy, rather than tropical paradise. And the blue, if you can see the blue, look how awesome that blue is. And I like this one because there's that's how I like that pattern in it. So it's like the perfect blue. So I said, I'll just do what I did with the month to month, and I'm going to put the washers on here so I can switch out the months. Now what I did on here is I didn't stick it right to it because honestly it's kind of covering, here's where the thing broke, so I wanted to kind of cover that up. But I could use this for Christmas. Like, even if I use this for all of the fall, for each of the months, I'm sure that I can stitch something that would be on here for Christmas specifically. And then the winter one I'll leave up in January and March or February. So I put the magnets on here. And at first I was like, I don't want it to be really thick. I wanted it to be kind of skinny, but I needed really strong magnets. And I think there's actually one that I may have accidentally put them. Oh no, it's working now. No, there's one that I accidentally put them, the polarization is opposite, so they're pushing away from each other. Now, what I did for the flowers is I pushed them from behind. This is just a pick that I found. I think it was Hobby Lobby. Ashland. Yeah, Ashland. No. Ashland is Michael's. And I just loved these flowers. I bought 3 of them. They were on sale because I just loved how beautiful the colors were, and the palm, like the chrysanthemum, and they're supposed to be mums, just so how full they were. And I bought a couple, but I really only needed one for this. If I put more in here, I think it would be too much. So I basically shoved them in through the back. Some of them were longer than others, so I just kind of like pulled the stems around. And I think I should still be okay that this will hang on the wall. I think it'll still be fine. If I have to do some more bending to get it to lay flat against the wall, then I'll just do some more bending. So shoved those through the back, and then I can do that with Christmas, wintry picks, spring picks, whatever I might have for the summer one. And then for this part, I did it on a piece of foam core, and then I was like, what do I want to put around it? And I looked in my bin of trim because I only had rickrack and it was very thin. But then I had this ribbon that looks like pumpkins, and I'm like, you know what? We're going to go for big. Go big or go home, right? So I'm sure that I will be able to find something cool for the winter one, whether it's snowflakes, or I do have like this really great pom-pom that's kind of like a big white snowball looking pom-pom. So that is my winter, or my welcome home fall. And I cannot wait to go hang that up. So those are my 3 FFOs. Very, very pleased with how they turned out. So that's basically all I've been working on. So now I have a whole bunch of plans for Christmas. All right, so I was going to change out my tree first, and then I was like, I don't know where all the stuff is. But now I have on my Jolly Housewives shirt. I got the new one. Never had any of their merch before. I'm so excited. Got my earrings. Hopefully they won't make my ears inflamed because I have a nickel allergy. I think I got these from a student last year. They're cute. So I am ready for all things Christmas. I'm so excited. I think it's going to wind up being like October, where I'm just going to start all the things because there's so much that I want to do. I do have some priorities. So this year in school, I got hooked on, there's this woman who was a kindergarten teacher, and now I don't think she teaches because she probably makes $1 million a year or more because she does classroom decor. Like, there's a whole field for that if you didn't know. Yeah, there is. Her, I think her name is Melanie or Melissa, but she's Schoolgirl Style is the name of her company. And it started that she would do the themes. Sorry, curly hair. She would do the themes in her classroom and then sell it. And it started small, and then like she had a deal with Oriental Trading, and she has a giant. So her stuff is so stinking cute too. So I bought at Halloween, I bought her Halloween set. I had her Thanksgiving set, which was like all pastel turkeys. They were adorable. And then the Christmas set is pink, red, and blue. So, and I've been splitting it with my kindergarten friend, or my 5th grade friend, teacher friend. So it has cute signs, it has all this cute stuff, and then I decided I was going to do my tree in pink, red, and blue as well. I already had blue and white ornaments at home, and red ones, and I picked up a set of some pink ornaments at Hobby Lobby. Mine is already picked over. I don't know about yours, but mine has like there's empty aisles already. It's kind of ridiculous because it's not even Thanksgiving. But I did find some pink ones. So, of course, being a dork, I relish my dorkdom. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do some pink stitchings to go on my tree in my classroom. So that's my priority for this week is I'm going to work on some of the Stitching with the Housewife roundabouts. Now, I don't even have them printed. That's how new, I just bought them the other day. All right, so I'm going to do Oh What Fun. And this was the first one because this was from the new set that just came out. This was the first one. And I started it. Oh, hold on. I used all my foam core yesterday when I finished off that piece. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to show to back it? So you can't see through it. So I started this one yesterday. This was my stitching after dinner last night. So I'm just using the DMC. But oh my gosh, I love it. It's $8.99 is the color. And the new one was Carrie Berry, which I think, was that the one that was named for someone's mom? I think that's really sweet. And so what a beautiful pink color. So I got this one first because I'm going to adapt some of the other ones that they just came out with, or some of their other ones, into pink. Now I'm trying to be reasonable about how much I can actually finish this week so I can have them ready to go on my tree on December 2nd when we get back to school. So I picked up Better Not Pout, which was from Jolly July the Summer. And this one comes with the bonus that's Santa's favorite, which is Santa with a dog. Now, we don't have a dog anymore, and I think Priscilla put on her blog spot, she put a couple different kinds of dogs or of pets. So I'm going to see if they've got a beagle because our Gryffindor was a beagle. So, but I'm going to change the colors so like Santa's coat is pink and do it in pink. And then I also picked up the Holly Jolly Christmas. That was also part of that set this summer. Last year, I did the whole set that had come out last year's Jolly July. That was like the Christmas tree, Santa's Tree Farm, and Mrs. Claus's Bakery. And there was a 5th one in there that said Mary. So I'm going to do that one in the pink. And then I'm also going to do Believe, which is the freebie that Priscilla just gave everybody for her birthday. So that one's not round, but I thought it was pretty cute. So I'm going to adapt those into the pink. And that is my priority this week. Now I also have, and got a whole bunch of stuff in this bag. The Home for Christmas. One of the things that I did I've been doing is I've been finding all these really awesome finishing pieces. And I saw this one at Hobby Lobby this week. And then, sorry. Okay. Hold on, it's in a bag. Sorry for the crinkling. I saw this at Hobby Lobby, and then it was on the shelf behind Kimberly in Fat Quarter Shop. I just dropped more stuff. Sorry. But look at how cute this is. If I can get those to stay turned around, they say Merry Christmas. Although I might take them off of here and maybe put them off to, or glue them up to the side like that so they're out of the way. So that they won't interfere. But that home for Christmas, I thought that would look really kind of cool and make it special because we want everybody home for Christmas. So I think I'm going to use that for that one. Hold on. Okay, so, and I'm going to do it on the black. I have 2 packages of Witchelt black linen that I would like to use up. However, it's not as bad because I didn't, like last night I was working on the Oh What Fun, and I didn't have it printed, so I had it on my iPad, and having the light shine out through the black is actually much easier. But my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like so excited. I keep tripping over my words like Christmas. I feel like Elf. Oh my gosh. Okay. Santa's my favorite. Whatever he says. Last year, Priscilla and Chelsea came out with that beautiful set that was all Christmas carols that were religious ones, or kind of had like a more religious theme to it. So I have the Noel. I bought them all. And Peace on Earth. There is a freebie as well. I think this is the one that came with a freebie that says Peace, Love, Joy, I think. Silent Night. Joy to the World. And I love the extra on there, like the extra holly. And Oh Holy Night. So I'm going to do all of these on black. I'm going to use this sparkly floss. I don't know if you can see it sparkle, but I'm going to use this sparkly floss for the white. And then I'm going to probably, I'm probably going to finish them all in a hoop. And I found blue sparkly paint that is exactly the shade of the Really Tealy to use for that one. So I am going to use pretty much all DMC for everything, but I'm going to use the Really Tealy because I just love that color. I don't think it transfers as well in the DMC substitute, and I like the variegation. So that's another thing that I want to do. And those are a lot of words and stuff, so hopefully they'll whip up pretty quickly. Now, the other thing that I did already work on a little bit was my gifts for friends. I started it last year where I've been doing the some of Pinker and Punkin's very adorable little Prim ornaments as gifts. Where's the other one? As gifts for my friends at work. I made a set for my niece and her partner last year. Where is it? Sorry, it's hiding on me in here. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. So these I made into cute little pillows. Here's the picture. And with some plaids and some rickrack. And I love how they turned out. Sorry, still a little bit of a cough. Most of the time it's gone, but I do cough occasionally still after having had pneumonia and missing Halloween. So that means I'm done, right? I'm not going to get sick again this year. Cross everything. So the cute little pillows. So I made some for a whole set of 5 for my niece last year. A bunch of my work friends got 2 last year, and I'm going to add to theirs. And then I have 3 more people that I'm stitching for. So I need 8 of them. So I started in November, and this was actually in the bag. I must have stitched this last year. So here's one of them, Faith. And they all have this at the top. And then this I stitched last week. So the Church with Holy. And I did do a little bit of outlining because I didn't want the steeple to ghost too badly. The snow I don't mind kind of ghosting in. This is Carolina linen, which has the nice fleck natural look to it. Very prim looking, but you got to be careful with the whites so that they don't blend in too much. And then this is the beginning of Home. And it was kind of cool because last week while I was stitching on this one in particular, because I can, doing the sewing method on it, and I don't put these in a hoop, even though they're linen because they're so small, and I do cut the pieces before I start on them because I want to get as many pieces as I can out of one tube of Carolina. I mean, if I'm making 8 of them, I want to get a lot out of one piece. So I was working on home, and I felt like this is going much faster than it was last year. So I feel like my speed has perhaps picked up in the past year, which is a good thing. So considering how much I want to stitch. All right, so those are like top priorities. And then here's another finishing piece that I found. And I'll have to back up so you can see the whole thing. So it is pretty big, but when your middle name is Joy, you have a lot of things that say Joy. I said something to my stepkids the other day. I was like, oh, Brooke, check out this cool thing I got because it's got my middle name on it. And I want to stitch something to put in the O. And she's like, I forgot your middle name was Joy. And Vince is like, how can you forget? It's plastered all over the house every December. I'm sure the Hollies can understand. If you're going to have your name on something, it's awesome. So I saw this in Hobby Lobby. It was on sale. I don't know if your Hobby Lobby still has any left. I didn't see any when I was in there, but I just thought it was really, really cute. And I do want to put something on the O. Then I had a hard time deciding what to put on there. I didn't want anything with a lot of words because it says Joy already. So I didn't want to do one of the Priscilla and Chelsea ones from last year because those were all like song lyrics, the titles. So, and then I was like, So I remembered that I have this. Last year when I had way too much fun, I think Tidy Modernist had a sale. I picked up this cardinal wreath. I love cardinals. I know my mom liked cardinals. Some of the cardinals that I have were ones that I purchased for her. So I have a little cardinal display, and I do really I love that thing about when you see a cardinal, like a loved one is near. I have a cardinal bracelet from Alex and Ani, and I actually leave the cardinals up well into February because they're red and they're wintry. So I think I want to do this one for the O. And, so I put it, nope, that's the wrong thing. I'm going to do it on, I think this is a piece of Heartland that I have left. And I'm just doing, I think she had DMCs, or no, she had Fancy Floss. Sorry, because now I have to figure out where I'm putting all of this stuff away. So that's the Heartland that has a really, I think it's Heartland. If it's not Heartland, maybe it's Parchment? Not sure. I bought Heartland with Thy Hands from Teresa Kogut. So these are the colors that are going to go on it. And I think it's just going to be really lovely. Sorry, that's very shadowy, my lights. We still don't have the overhead done, and I think that'll make a big difference when we do. But it's going to be super pretty. I'm very excited for that. So I want to get that one done. I'm kind of going like in priority order here because I want to get that done so it can go out right away. And it's a small, so it really shouldn't take me very long. Like I said, Thanksgiving week, this week, I'm going to be working on stuff I can perhaps put on my tree at school. I'm going to work on the Prim things like while I'm watching football on Sundays to make sure that I'm not freaking out the week before school is over, trying to get those done. But then, like, that's going to be the first week of December. That's the first thing I'm doing, is getting that delightful cardinal done so I can hang out my awesome new Joy picture. Now this one is my next, no wait, it's not. The next thing, I'm getting that done. I absolutely love, sorry, I've got stuff falling over again. I need like a bigger table, but it just doesn't fit in here. I absolutely love Emily Call. I think her stuff is super cute. And when she came out with Mary and Jolly and Mary, I was like, oh, we're getting those. Then I was in Michael's and they had these. This is velvet. It's red velvet. They also had it in gold, cream, and green. Then they had other ones that had an arched top with a bow at the top. Oh my gosh. and they're only $10. And I'm pretty sure that right now they're on their Black Friday sale, so they're only like 7 something. Plus I have a teacher discount, so I get a little bit more off my top. So I bought 2 of these for the Santas because I absolutely love them. I'm very, very tempted to go pick up 3 in the green for Annie the Proper Stitcher's Go Tell It on the Mountain and have them each in their own frame. That though I would have to do on 40 count, which I don't have any, so I'd have to get fabric for that too to make it fit inside the frame. I've not done 40 count ever. We'll see how that goes, but so pretty. So the same thing for this one. I think she used a whole bunch of fancy flosses. She used Sulky and Gentle Arts. No, Sulky was the Quilted Christmas, which I also have in my pack. It's like my Emily Call pack. I've got Quilted Christmas, which I may do. That might be some of the stuff I start. I want to actually get Jolly and Merry done. So these are going to be my Jingle Ball stitch. That's what I'm going to work on while I'm watching Jingle Ball and having fun. So I'm going to use, I just keep dropping stuff. Sorry. So I'm going to use this ice blue fabric. And look how pretty that's going to look with the red. That's going to go really nicely with that red frame. And then I looked through, hold on, so that everything doesn't drop all over the floor. I kind of did my own color conversion with it. So the red, and this is, good Lord. Everything's just falling anywhere. This is 816, which is such a pretty red. This is what I'm using for all of the Prim ones from Pinker and Punkin. She actually called for like 223, but it was too pink for me. But look how perfect it's going to go with the frame. Like that is the red to go with that frame. And then I'm going to use Cherry Tomato. Butterfingers. I'm going to have to pause and like clean up after myself in a minute. I'm going to use Honeycomb for the yellow. And I think the green is 988. I'm going to use Blushing Beauty for the pink. And then there's a little blue, there's little blue squares kind of making like a frame on the inside. And I'm going to use Hunter for that from Color and Cotton. This color came from the set. I bought the kit for A Stitcher's Garden, which is over there. That's why I'm looking over there. And it hardly used any at all. So I have like almost an entire skein of this left. And my original plan was I was going to use it for the truck in Primrose Cottage's The Pumpkin Patch truck. I think it's the one that Katie does that one. And then I was like, okay, I'm not getting that done this year, but look at how awesome that looks on the blue. And it might just be that I wind up having to put in a massive Color and Cotton order at some point and getting all the ones that I want that I use for other things. Okay, hold on. I gotta clean up. Okay, now that I'm not quite so discombobulated, love that word. I have everything a little bit more organized. So I'm kind of mixing haul and plans all together because some things I bought, they go together. Last year, I bought this. So you can't see my face for it. I bought this at Hobby Lobby towards the end of the season. Again, when your middle name is Joy, how can you not? And I thought how perfect to put something inside the O, and then I can just kind of like, tuck the ribbon up so it's a little bit more like that. But I wanted something like the cardinal. I think will be perfect for the other one. I'm going to leave it up for a while through February, so I have the cardinal out. I wanted something that I wanted a nativity scene. And I found some beautiful ones, but they were too big. And then this popped up on my feed. Now, I bought something from Kira Lynn at Easter. There you go. You can't see the reflection now. She has, you guys, if you're doing the Jesus tree, go check her out. It's Kira Lynn's. She's on Etsy. She has an entire set of rounds that are all nativity. She's got 2 that are sets that are like $10 that come with 3. One has like the Wise Man, the Shepherd, and an angel. And the other one has Mary and Joseph and like the star and I think maybe Aunt, but she's got all that. She's got a ton, just a ton. So if you're doing the Jesus tree, go check her out. She's got some cute things that are long that have like the little town of Bethlehem. So cute. So she really, when I saw it, I was like, yay. And I chose this one. And I don't know that I'll put the Oh Holy Night at the bottom, or Night Divine. I might not put that in there just to make sure it fits my circle. But I liked that the stars were quilty stars. Like, how cute is that? And she has them all in her models with this cute little gold tinsel trim. It reminds me of the stuff that you made Angel of Halos out of for Christmas tree pageants. Totally. So go check her out, Kira Lynn's. If you need some stuff for your Jesus tree, she's got a ton. They're like $6 each, so totally reasonable. So I'm excited. That's another one that I really want to get done right away at the beginning of December. All right, then this thing. This is the Santa from the cover. This is the 2017 Ultimate Cross Stitch. It comes from the UK. I'm pretty sure I got it at Joann's. So much good stuff in this thing. There's like a Christmas Carol set in the back that I've been wanting to do forever because I teach Christmas Carol just about every year. It's got cute snow stuff. There's things that are like super bright colors. Like, look at how awesome the coloring is on that one. Oh, and you know why I love that one so much? Because, that one's Doreen Jones. But I think her stuff is great. But there's also, Stitcherovia has one in here. So this was a couple years ago, but they have one of these like every year. So I'm pretty sure that I started this either right when it came out at Christmas or perhaps slightly afterwards, but that was 7 years ago. And Santa needs to get done. I want to finish him because it's so close. It's like, why isn't he? So he's the next priority after that. And I want to finish him. Don't know why I did him on Ada. Should have done him. I was thinking probably that he's almost like full coverage probably. But here's how much of Santa I have done. So, good portion of this down here is like done. Backstitched and everything. So I'm kind of going like up from the bottom. And I'll do something like I'll take a strand of black, do the backstitching, and go do some on the border, and then go back and forth. Now, the border, I am adding to it red seed beads for the holly berries, and I'll do those last. But he just needs to be done. Done already. So I want to finish him up. And then I've got to see about finding a red sparkly square frame to put him into, because that's what he deserves. But I want to have him done. He's just so cute. And I do have a collection of Santas, so I'd like to put him and the Jolly and Mary out in the Santa display. Then there's some things that I want to start. Now, who knows when they'll actually get done. I have a plan for that. I'll tell you about in a minute. But I also have the week, I have a couple days before, like, we get off on the 20th. So I know I keep looking up at the ceiling, sorry. We get off on the 20th, and I have until the 2nd off. So even if it's not done for Christmas, on the 25th, I still have all of that week to do more stitching stuff, and I just enjoy. And that's part of my celebrating, is just enjoying. So it might be like October where I start things every couple of days, and that's okay. So the next thing, sorry, I got the Flosstube itchy nose. The next thing I want to do is stitch the Yule Goddess. I fell in love with her the second I saw her last year. She is just so cool. Now here's what I did for the fabric, because I was so gung-ho I was going to start it right away, right? Because that happens. They did it on Grasshopper, and at that point, our LNS was not open. She didn't open until later. I know, sorry about the wrinkles. This is a piece of tea-dyed linen that I dyed with the green apple Rit dye. And look how perfect it is. It's so close to what they did. Now, I do have all the floss, and will have to do a floss toss for that kind of minty color to see if it's really going to go. But I'm just going to, spend a couple days on her at some point in the month, because she's just awesome. Love her. Love all of the goddesses, and the Stitch Witch and Tiny Modernist is really cool. Last year, I don't think I even put it over here. Last year I started North Pole. I think I got like 3 stitches into it. I got very little. I am doing it on the Vintage Country Mocha, and I am going to use sparkly floss for the snow. Not for like Santa's hair or beard or Mrs. Claus's hairdo or anything, but just on the snow. And then I have a bag filled with Pinker and Punkin salt box houses because she's got a ton of them that I want to do. They're Christmassy. I'm sure she'll have a new one. Her stuff is so stinking cute. And I want to do all the salt boxes. I still have, oh, wait, here. This is the Vintage Country Mocha. Want to see my awesome start on Primrose? Or maybe it's this way. I think it's this way. That's the awning. That's what I did on Primrose. But I do see what everybody loves about Vintage Country Mocha. It's pretty awesome. I do like it. So, more than 5 stitches in. Maybe a couple days on that one. And I do want to start, I bought it last year. Oh my gosh, I got so much stuff. I have the Santa's Needlework Shop one from Priscilla and Chelsea. I won this from Lindy Stitches. Would love to do some of these. And I know they did it on Black Ada, which I might do that. I do have to switch though. You can see it here. You can't hold a flute that way. That's backwards. I'm sorry, but it is. So I think I'll have to like take a copy and like, or screenshot it and flip the photo and just flip it. So his flute's got to go on the other side. Can't play one that way. But I love it. It's still stinking cute. Then I have the Christmas bike. Let's Go Ride a Bike, which I have everything in there, probably except, what did I steal? I stole something out of that one. And then, ooh, I didn't steal the black coffee out of this one. Shocker. Now I know where there's some hiding. This is the Vintage Christmas. And I do have quite a few of my mom's vintage ornaments, which I think were my grandparents too. And for that, I dyed this awesome pink fabric. So how much fun is that going to be? And I couldn't even I have a little bit extra. I could do some of their the pink ornaments. Like I love the little Mrs. Claus on ice skates that Priscilla and Chelsea did with the pink pattern and the blue. That would be very pretty too. What else is in my bag of stitching over here? Hold on. I don't have cool project bags like everybody else. I use other things. This was actually a Barnes & Noble gift bag at one point, and so it's kind of nice and sturdier than like just a reusable. I think that's all that's in here. Oh, I did these last year. I did the pillows, the home jingle, what is it? Joy to the World and the 25. I did those. I did them all in red and green for my niece and his wife, but I want a set for me too. And what else? Someday I will do this set of ornaments. They're so pretty. They're so dainty, aren't they? They're just like delicious. And then this is gorgeous. And there's one here that I was like, if I am ever going to meet Priscilla in person, I might make this for her. The ice skates. Isn't that gorgeous? This particular issue has a whole bunch of stuff in it, you know, for when I retire and I can just sit and stitch and do nothing else all day long. So, all right. Whew. Okay. We're good. I think. All right. So quite a lot. Yes. Like all the things. Just want to stitch all day long. Listen to Christmas music. Watch Hallmark movies. The first one I watched was the novel Noel with the bookstore. Of course it is. With books, right? All right, so how am I going to actually finish all of those things that I'm starting, all of the things that I started in October? Here's where we come to my Stitchy plan for 2025. Oh, I almost forgot. Butterfingers today. I bought him at Michael's too. Look how cute. It's like he's going on top of the shelf up there. He just had to come home with me, and he was on sale. Of course. All right, so here is my plan for 2025. For 24, I was super excited when the whole 24 in 24 idea came out. I bagged everything up. All my bags are sitting behind you. And I planned for I made a giant list. It was really long. Of all the patterns that I hadn't started yet, that I wanted to. Picked 2 for every month. Picked a small one and a big one, thinking I could get through. I made it to like March. And it kind of petered out. Now, some of the things I did start later on, but I really wasn't paying attention to the 24 and 24 anymore. And I don't know whether there was just too many new things that came along I wanted to do, or why I didn't stick to it, but I didn't stick to it. So then, as I was starting all the things in October, I started like 6 new things. It was like I wanted to figure out a way to work on those all year long. So when next Halloween comes along, I actually have a bunch of stuff. Because there's so much Halloween and fall and Christmas that I want to stitch that I can't do it in September through December. It's just not going to happen that I'm going to finish everything I want to do. So I was like, what can I do for 25 that will help keep me motivated and stitching all year? So what I decided to do, I kind of had that rhyme pop in my head. So here, I'm going to cover up that piece of where the light is so I can put it up on the screen here. Something old, something new is what first popped into my head. And I was like, oh, that's great. So the first week of the month, I'm going to do something old. I'm going to do a whip. And I'm going to try to make it so that that's the week that I work on something that's not seasonal. I have With Thy Hands from Teresa Kogut. I have The House of Lemon and Learning from Emily Call. And I would like to work on those and have those be done next year because they're beautiful. And I also have a bunch of stitching things that I'd like to do in here. There might not be whips yet, but that's where something new comes in. So the second week would be something new. Whether it's brand new that just came out and can't resist, or something that is a new start. But then I was like, okay, what do I do for the rest of the month? Because it has to rhyme. It has to go with the rhyme. So something old, something new, something festive for week 3. So whether that's Christmas or whatever holiday, so in February, I'm going to be stitching Valentine's Day because that's festive. But then there's other months where, like May and June, there's not really a holiday in there. Well, maybe June, I might do Patreon, but you know what I mean. So months that don't really already have holidays, I can be working on Christmas and focusing on getting those done. And then the 4th week is going to be something boo. So something Halloween, something fall, so I can work on those all year long and have a bunch of stuff done at the end of the year. So something old, something new, something festive, something boo. And then if there's a 5th week, then that might be just do whatever you want, or finishing week or something like that. So I'm going to start a hashtag, and I'm going to start a Facebook group. I probably won't start it until like the middle of December after the Jingle Ball, for sure. For anybody who'd like to join me. So maybe it's a fun way to keep yourself motivated of working on pieces that otherwise are going to get put, the holiday is over, you're going to put it away and it's not going to get done. And then the next holiday comes along and next year it comes around again and it's still not done. And there's 10 more new things that you want to start that did come along. So I thought it would just be a good way to kind of keep myself motivated, to work on things all year long. So I hope that you'll join me. Like I said, I'm going to make a hashtag and I'm going to do a Facebook group. Maybe in the Facebook group, we can even like post a Zoom and stitch together some of those early weeks in January when we're getting on a roll and getting started on, start on the right foot. So let me know what you think in the comments. So I had a couple questions. I said, what was the first one? Oh, let me know if you're going to Jingle Ball. What do you do with glass that you take out of your frames? And are you going to do something? I'm going to call it the little something Sal 2025 for the hashtag. So let me know if you're going to do the little something Sal with me. I hope you will. Hope you'll have some fun with it. Well, that wound up a lot longer than I thought it would be, considering I only had 3 FFOs and really no whips because I was trying to finish those. But thank you so much for sticking with me for this long. I really do hope that you and your family have a wonderful, happy, healthy Thanksgiving, and that you are able to be with the people you are thankful for, doing the things that you love, and just enjoying and having a great week. I hope to see you in 2 weeks. I hope to see you at the Jingle Ball, which I think is actually in 2 weeks. So, yeah, no, we won't do it in 2 weeks because it's Jingle Ball. Maybe I'll do it later, like 2.5 weeks. I'll try to shoot for like that Tuesday or Thursday, to shoot it after the Jingle Ball. But I hope to see you there. That would be so cool if we ran into each other in a Stitchy room. And then I'll see you in the middle of December. I'll show you what hopefully everything I've accomplished by then. Hope that you have a really great Thanksgiving. I'll see you next time. Bye. Happy stitching.